from starting the mixed opens, and what a cracker we're in for. It's a final. Your referee is Curtly Duncan, and we're just waiting for Curtly to blow the whistle. And interesting, he's a great ref too. His father just played in the mix in the men's 50s, and they've got a win up there too. So we're underway here with the Dolphins, and they'll take a settle and make their way to the centre there. And they'll go into the middle, come back inside, and up against the Southern Storm, who they tell me, I think, won the mixed opens last year. I think Perry mentioned that earlier in the game I was calling with Perry earlier. But right now, it's tit for tat, and we're only seconds into the open of this final. So Storm with some great field position with a early handover here from the Dolphins, and they've got an unmarked winger there if she can find some space.
Play on. Tag 3.
So she comes back inside, plays it safe, no panic football there. And there's
Tag 4.
There's a nice pass that's held up there, but well tagged there by the Dolphins. Now they'll come to the left edge, but yeah, well shut down by the Dolphins there, straight up and into it. And goes low, goes himself.
I'm happy with the ball down, Dave.
Referee's happy, you heard him say it. Curtly Duncan blows to the spot. Well, the Storm are in early. Minute and 10 into this opening final, and the Storm have gone down at 1 point. Down low and managed to get themselves opening points and open their account. Well, caught the Dolphins napping then. I think they were all expecting
Scores 1-0 Storm.
that Storm player to pass it. So there's a kick that's hammered into the ankles of the Dolphins player there.
2-0, hold.
Work to the western edge. They'll come back inside now.
3. Let's work here, Troy. Hold. Go now.
Now back to the eastern touchline. A little change of direction. A little hop and a skip and a jump. Seen plenty of that today.
Stay square. Hold.
And joining me shortly will hopefully be Bill Harrigan. He's been very busy today, but hopefully he'll give up a little bit of time and come and join us.
Hold. Yep.
So here we go now with the Dolphins. Centre field looking to come back against the grain again. Referee has his hand up for fifth and last. He's gone over and he's going to blow the whistle and says sorry. There's contact there, and the Dolphins managed to earn themselves a penalty here.
On the 10, guys.
And they trail by 1. It's 1 point to 0. The Storm in front, and the Dolphins on the attack now. 5 or 10 metres out.
Now. Storm on the line.
Shoot to the left. Against the grain again.
2-0.
Joining me in the commentary box, Bill Harrigan. Been a busy day, Bill.
Has been a busy day. Wet this morning. Dried out now. Couple of little issues we had to attend to. Fields being a little bit too flooded, moving fields, but everything else running very smoothly. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, you wouldn't know from this end. We've just seen quality game after quality game. You know, last games, they won it on the bell. We've had plenty of extra time in some of these finals. So, yeah, the contest has been a good one across the board.
It has, and we're watching one of our, when we say we've got blue ribbon events, you've got your women's opens, your men's opens, and your mixed opens. And you probably put into that category too your men's and women's 20s as your blue ribbon events of the tournament, and not saying anything, taking anything away from the 60s and the 50s and all that sort of thing, but it's just the younger brigade. They're very fast, they're agile. Oi! And there's some of it for you.
Oh, I've hit the body first? Yes. First contact is your shoulders. Wait.
I thought she might have impacted him, but he's saying no, you went in with tackle. Good referee, young Curtly Duncan. He's a great ref. Knows his game.
Yeah, well, 3 weeks ago up here for the junior championships, he was rated number 1, finished number 1.
Tag 0.
Good communicator, as you can hear there.
1-0.
So the Dolphins now just making their way into the red zone of the Storm. And Bill, they tell me, Perry mentioned earlier, the Storm won the mixed opens last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
And, great. Kick, regather, and that's a try. Referee Duncan's happy with that one. So the Dolphins opened their account through Anthony and Haliakis. And Haliakis, he just backed himself. A little kick through. We'll see the replay there in a minute, Bill. But they certainly needed that to get themselves back into the competition at 1-1.
Yeah, and off the back of a kick, which I have noticed over the weekend, especially in the 20s. a lot of use of the kicks, a lot of kicks going for the 50-10. And that was a nice little grubber kick through, paced it well. Here's a replay now. Just nice weight on it. So it just popped up in front of the line for them, because once it crosses the line, it's still playable for the attacking or the kicking side. But if he doesn't get it and score the try, then it comes back out for a tap.
Well, he's got it, and he scored the try, and they've levelled it up at 1-1, and we've got about 15 minutes remaining in the first half here of the Mixed Opens Blue Ribbon event.
That's 4.
Dolphins taking on
Dolphins.
the South East Queensland Southern Storm.
Inside 50.
So there's a nice kick, but not a 50-10, but still some good field position. Hopefully try and push to work an error here in their defence against the Dolphins, Bill.
And that's the way that a lot of them are playing it, especially in these wet conditions. The ball's a little bit slippery. Field's a little bit slower than what it was over the last 2 days, and we had beautiful sunshine here in Coffs. So if you can get a good kick in, good kick chase and put the pressure on, and then maybe say forcing a mistake, which has happened quite often in a lot of games I've watched. Here we go again for a 50.
Charge down. He said play that. And the Storm player, he's unable to pick that up there, Brooklyn Sabini.
I'm happy you're allowed to dive. Hell, we don't need contact coming over the top. He's going for the ball first, Marcus.
Fair call. Now, let's just explain that one.
Yeah.
The Dolphins kicked it, and even though it was played at, it's still not deemed a kick by the Storm, so he's entitled to dive on it. The Dolphins weren't. The Storm player went down on the ball and was entitled to go down on the ball and just hold it, but he got contact from a Dolphins who fell on top of him, therefore the penalty. So a good call there, again by Curtly Duncan, but there's been an error, and they've bombed an opportunity here.
Guys, wait for me to set the line, please.
So the Dolphins to make their way out of their red zone, and about 10 metres off their own try line.
Tag one.
Quick dart from dummy half.
Hold, go. 2, all the way 21. Thank you.
Come to this Western touchline. A lot of teams have been playing it down the sideline throughout this tournament. So there's a missed tag. And there's another missed tag. Well, it's hit his shirt 3 times.
No advantage. No. After you've come through, Drew, you've touched your tag. There's no advantage. There's no advantage. It's your ball. Yep. Okay.
So, that was a tricky one. I don't know how I would have ref that one, Bill.
Yeah. So once you touch your tag, even if you have got no player within tagging distance and you touch your own tag, you get pulled up.
Coming through,
it's counted as a tag. But in this case, he found something else that was in there and didn't get an advantage out of it because he did touch his tag and had to bring it back and just award the penalty.
With me, Storm. Hold, go.
So here we go now with the Dolphins, and they've mis-executed that one. Knock on from number 6, so the ball's gone forward. Yeah, I think he meant the Dolphins.
Yeah, he meant the Dolphins.
Yeah. It's easy to say on the run. You know, I've been on the Oztag whistle, Bill, as you know. I know how hard it is at park footy, let alone at this level. So here go the Storm now with an opportunity. We're all locked up at 1-1. We're about halfway into the first half, and a little tap through, regather. Yeah, he scored late tag and play on. And there you go. The Storm have managed to come back and get themselves in front at 2 points to 1.
Yeah, very tight calls these two, especially when a player takes on the line with the kick, because once you go into that, take the line on, the defenders have to go for that tag. And so that's why it's always, we say to them, let's have a look at it here on the replay. Into the line, that was definitely a late tag. That's a good call. But when they take that line on, sometimes the player's committed and has to make the tag.
Well, Dion Samula, I hope I got that pronunciation correct. And he's just finished with the kick-off there too and sent it deep for a goal line dropout. He manages to get himself one. And the Storm are in front, 2 points to 1.
And while he takes his drop kick too, Jeff, the other thing with these referees, they've already chalked up 5 or 6 games Friday, 5 or 6 on the Saturday. Then they turn up here today, and this will probably be maybe his 3rd game. And we're expecting a 100% performance out of him, which he'll give. But still, fatigue at some stage has to set in.
Yeah, and a bit of mental fatigue as well. Like, you must get a bit of brain fog by the end of the tournament because you've made that many calls.
Play on.
So here's a nice little chip and chase and a regather and goes straight through, and he manages to get himself one. Well, it's a carve-up from the Storm right now. And Dylan Stenson He's gone over, and Curtly Duncan's awarded it to the spot. It's 3 points to 1.
He liked it too. After this replay, like, it's a beautiful, beautiful play, and he's got some speed. So here we go. Little kick through. Takes it. Now watch his little, after he scores the try, how excited he is. Bang, up, and look at that.
Nice celebratory. And Dylan, he'll be shaking his booty down at the CX Club tonight with that little manoeuvre. So here we go now. The Dolphins, well, you know, they need to answer the question here. So we're just under 10 minutes remaining in this first half, and they're trailing by 2 at 3 points to 1. But it's mixed tag, and you know that if you get 2-point try, if the girls can get a point, you can bring it straight back. And we've seen that happen throughout the day already on some of the broadcasts with the mixed teams.
Well, sometimes we get questioned about why do the girls get 2? Is this not equal opportunity, all that sort of thing, and discriminating. The bottom line is, we do it because it enhances the game and keeps the girls involved in a game of mixed. When there's a break, they keep chasing, which keeps the defenders chasing. So it's purely because it enhances the game, nothing else.
It's like you just said, we're 3-1. If they get a girl try here, it's all levelled up.
Yep.
So here go the Dolphins now, running around. They got a little bit more confidence. They seem to realise the urgency now. And
first one.
That'll be the fifth and last call there, and they're about 5 metres out on the western touchline. So they've got a deep back line set here, but little chip and chase played at.
Tag one, where you picked it up.
And looks like the Storm have come up with that one. I thought he might have been in front of the kicker, but, you know, again, happens that quick. You're talking about brain fog, and refs already got 10 and 12 games under their belt, you know.
And it was line ball, but it might have been a step in front.
Keep moving.
So that was fine. Oh, nice little netball pass.
Forward pass.
And he goes, there you go. No. So I think the touchy called that one, Bill.
Nice.
Yeah,
Eastern touchline.
I think he has.
Wait. You are Storm. With me. Go now, Troy.
So it's 3-1 in favour of the Southern Storm here. They're up quick in defence. Dolphins, they drift sideways.
Tag one.
Manages to go herself, but can't find a way through there. Raquel Wilson.
2-0. Number 6. Mark it early. Playing
So now they come back to this western touchline. I think Perry and I spoke earlier about this, Bill. The key is to involve your women. Like, you know, it's not a men's game, and if you've got good women in mix, you usually end up in the final or finals, you know?
Absolutely.
You got to utilise it, and the girls have got some skill, you know?
Well, you've got 4 of them on the paddock. You can only have maximum of 4 men on the field at any time. You can have 5 girls if you want, and 3 guys. Try and maximise your chance of scoring 2 points for a try, but it's usually 4 and 4, and they're an integral part of it. And that's why if you've got strong girls out there playing in the middle and that.
Oh, nice inside ball.
I'm happy.
And he's happy with that. You heard the referee say, and he's gone over. And, well, you can thank the girl that gave that ball inside there. And, again, that was, is it Raquel Wilson? It's not Rachel, is it? It's Raquel?
Yeah.
Yeah, inside ball. And hopefully we'll see this on the replay. And they've got points out of it. So here we go. Against the grain. Like, great vision to do that.
Stay behind.
And Marcus Marte, he gets himself a try, and they're now 3-2 and back in it with a momentum shift here for the Dolphins.
Tag one now, marker retreat.
Still got plenty of time on this side.
Onside.
Storm edge their way back up towards the middle.
Play on, 3.
They're about 10 shy of the halfway. They'll come back to the western side. Nice, takes it to the line, inside ball.
Contact on
off
the
the hip
defence.
there.
Yep.
Right,
Not even offside, contact on the defence as well. So we had a double whammy there if you wanted it.
Penalty's going to be on halfway.
And when we're talking about those 2-point tries,
Yep.
I actually refereed a game with Maddie App on Friday in the mixed 20s here on this field one.
Halfway.
And a team was down
Yep, go now.
7-6. And with a minute to go, scored a girl try in the corner,
Tag one.
win the game
With me,
8-7.
Scott.
Wow. And I just can't believe people are saying about why they're getting 2 points. I think that's part of it. It's part of a strategy. When you're down, make sure the girls get points, or let's get points early through the girls and get on top. But right now, the Storm on top, only just 3-1. There's a nice big cutout over the top, down to that eastern touchline, but unable to find the chalk. So they'll come back in now. They've still got time on their side to get some points with 5.5 minutes remaining, and it's 3 points to 2 in favour of the Storm, and they're going against the grain and back the other way, and they're just trying to play what's in front of them,
Bill.
Bill.
The time of the target's going to be a knock-on, and the Storm play the ball on 10.
And it was nice play by the Storm too, because they didn't let that die. They must have passed that 7, 8, 9 times in that play. I didn't think the little kick was the go, but they've got the ball back and on the attack.
Play on, balls away, play
Well, that's
on.
gone backwards, so that was a let-off, because that nearly could have got all ugly and bombed on the 0. But here goes the try scorer, and he's been tagged as well by the Dolphins player, so they'll go back against the grain, come inside. Good to see the women injecting there. Not much doing there.
Play on, tag 3. Number 6. Thank you.
Dolphins are up quick. Here he goes again. Watch him. He'll go himself. They swing it back inside to the other try scorer.
It's a knock on, guys.
Dion
Gonna
Semula
come to 10 metres.
has coughed it up there.
Guys, I'm not ready.
That's
mate.
a bombed opportunity
15.
for the Storm.
15, just be careful, mate. We don't need to push limits. Don't throw it away. Come to the 10. Come to the 10, where 15 is. Storm, have a look, guys.
Yeah, he's the
He's
number
out
3.
socks, yep.
Yeah, he's the number 3 that loves celebrating a try. Young Dylan. He's winning the try celebratory.
It's okay.
So the Dolphins now, quick meters off that handover there, and they've made their way up to the halfway on the second. And referee Duncan trying to get the team back here. There's plenty of space for them to move out here, the Dolphins. They're bringing on some fresh legs. There's a kick that they've gone early, and they've caught him napping. There's no one at the back, and it's a sitter. We've just gone one too many, so it'll give them a 7 tackle set, Bill.
Yeah. A little bit too much weight on that. They'd like that kick again. If you get that weighted well and it just bounces that 1 metre off the line and you're up there with a good chase, you really put the pressure back on the opposition, and then they think, well, we've got to go 70 metres. So normally they revert to the kick and you got the ball back.
Well, we saw a try scored in the water. It actually sat up, and it was a Storm player came through down the wing and scored of almost the same scenario.
6 to go.
So that's 6 again. Even though he come charging through, it's 6 again. It bounces off his feet. So the Storm now, just the other side of the halfway with an opportunity with a fresh set here. I go back towards that eastern touchline. They're in front at 3 points to 2. 3 minutes remaining.
Play on.
This time they go back to that eastern side. There's an unmarked winger there which couldn't get that ball away. Dolphins quick to defuse that one. So they're really working this short side, Bill.
With me, guys.
Yeah, they've got the 2 girls out there with good hands. Here they go again, same play.
Oh, there's no winger out there. She's putting her tags on after the earlier run. So they saw an opportunity, but they couldn't get there. So that winger's been absolutely worked in defence from the Dolphins. But here they go, and here's the try scorer from earlier. And he makes his way through there, but he's unable to find
on the line, Dolphins.
The chalk
and that
there.
was Dylan. He got the ball back. They got 6 again, and now they've just
Dylan
mucked that
Stenson.
up.
Yep.
So there's a lost opportunity after some good play.
Yeah, that's mucked with an M.
And this one, even though they've got the ball back now with the Dolphins, they're looking at, okay, well, we've got to go 60-odd metres down the park. So let's see how far into this set they get before they decide to give the ball back and defend it.
And joining me in the commentary box, as you can see on your screen there, is Bill Harrigan. I'm Jeff Killick. Great to have your company. And Bill, we've got people from as far away as Kenya, Italy, Cambodia, Tonga, New Zealand. Oh, it's been great. Been great hearing where everyone's watching this across the globe. How fantastic.
It is, and I also know that because of just having the World Cup overseas, there's no doubt that there'll be some. What time is it over there? It's too early in the morning, say for the guys over in Dublin and London to be watching, but I'll certainly probably log on later on today and have a look.
And that's the beauty of broadcasting these on the Facebook network is you can watch the game later if it's a little bit too early. And right now the Storm
took him out. Bit of contact there as he put the grubber kick through. They closed the gap. You have to allow an open passage. They have to be allowed to put the kick through and run through.
Right, and so you're saying that they block the defender as opposed to going for the ball.
Yeah, and if you're not there early enough, you cannot close the gap.
Like an escort, they call it, don't they?
Yeah.
In NRL? Yeah. Okay, so I'll get that one. Well, referee Duncan, he was all over it, and here comes an opportunity. The Dolphins trail by 1, 30 seconds remaining, and I'll tell you what, it'll be a coach killer if they get points here going into the half-time for the Storm because they've had the momentum. They're leading 3-2. We've got just under 30 seconds remaining here in the first half of the mixed opens. final. The winner going home with the bragging rights. So they go the short side, quick pass, knocked down by the Storm. So that'll be 6 again, but they might run out of time. They might get one play in it, maybe two.
And down comes the rain again.
So our mate Precipitation's arrived again, eh? So there goes the siren in the background. The Dolphins unable to cross over from the solid defence there from the Storm. But what a cracker we've got on here. On field one.
Sorry. 3-2 Storm. Troy, all good? Yep.
So that is half time here. It's the Storm 3 and trailing the Dolphins 2. And what's a cracker in the mixed opens. And the only place to watch this game, of course, is where you're watching it right now. So, you know, you get a few of those spammers on Facebook, Bill, and they put up those bodgy links saying click on this. So anyone that's watching right now, don't click on those links. If you're on this, you're on the right link.
Yeah, keep watching. There's no reason to turn off, is there? So you've got the link. You're watching it live now in wet Coffs Harbour right now. On through our Facebook and social media. Here's the replays now, Jeff.
So the Dolphins.
Nice little kick through, well weighted. Pops up nicely for him. Just gets in front. And who was that young man? What was his number?
Anthony Haliakis.
Anthony Haliakis. He scores. He's very happy about it. Now we go over to the Storm again. Nice little grubber kick for himself. The referee, Curtly Duncan, said it was a late tag, and we did see a replay of that earlier, and it was.
Dion Samula.
Now here's Dylan. Is it Stems Hole?
Yep.
Stems Home with the bright socks, and the best part about this is his little celebration.
Straight onto the highlights package. So the Dolphins again here.
Nice inside pass. And the number 9.
I think it's 19. He's got a bit of tape next to his 9. I think it was Marcus Murray.
Marcus Murray. And he scores that, and that takes us to a scoreline of Storm 3, Dolphins 2 as we go into the second half of this Mixed Opens Grand Final.
We'll see if we can get the radar up soon too, Bill, and have a look, see what rain. It's just started moving, and you know, we've had a great couple of hours without it. The field, well, that was well taken by the Storm there. The field has drained. So we're just having a look at the radar now, and you can see Coffs Harbour, bottom right of screen, doesn't really show where the rain is. So
just a light sprinkle, but that's all we've got out here is a light sprinkle at the moment. That's good. As long as it doesn't come down too hard. Light sprinkle around us, plenty of rain to the north, but that's not going to worry us.
Yeah, and there's no red and yellow in there, which is the heavy stuff. So here we go now, talking about Storm. What about the Southern Storm? A little chip and chase through here, but
that'll be a penalty again for the contact.
Yeah, it was almost blocking that. Yeah,
yep.
And he's gone. Didn't attempt the ball.
So he's allowed to go back and take the ball, the Dolphins, but the Storm chaser is not allowed to go in there and knock him over.
Number 6. Thanks, mate. Yep.
So the Dolphins now trailing by 1. We're in the second half of the Mixed Opens Grand Final here.
Take 3.
And the Dolphins trailing 3 points to 2. So there's a kick, which they seem to be using a lot today, looking for field position. That one was a 50-10 attempt, but a little bit too much on the angle and well raked in by the Storm player there.
Thank you.
That was the try scorer, Haliakis. Sorry, beg your pardon. That was Brooklyn Sabine for Storm, who raked that one in. Here he goes now, gets his hands on ball. He's got a short side to work with and manages to slide in the touch. Is that not out after the ball's gone dead, like the tag's off, Bill? Or?
Tag's off, ball's dead.
Okay. So yeah, so it doesn't matter that he slid in. The tag was already off. It's back to where you played it. Thank you.
Yep.
So the Storm now, it seems the Dolphins seem a little bit more urgent in their defence coming out in the second half here, Bill. They seem to be getting up a bit, you know, and frustrating the Storm.
Yeah, they are, and they have to do something like that too, because they are currently behind, so they've got to try something new.
Maybe that's what the coach told them in the huddle there at half-time. They're certainly coming out with a bit more energy, and there's another nice kick, looking for a 50-10, and it's bounced all the way down, and the touch, he's got it up, and I'm sure it's a 50-10.
Well, he has. He's marked it, so it must have touched the line because it then took a left-hand turn and came back in.
Came back in, yeah. Jeez.
So that was very fortunate.
Go, guys, come on.
And the Dolphins have come out firing, and they've managed to get themselves a repeat set in a gun location, only metres out from the try line. A chance here, 3 points to 2, to get themselves back in the lead or level up.
Tag one. Marcus
So quick
Square,
settle,
good.
they'll go to the middle, come back the short side, against the grain.
Play on, play
Quick
on.
hands there,
Play on,
knock
touch,
down.
Play on, tag 2.
So they
Here we
seem
are,
to go
Storm.
back a couple of metres there. The Storm defence, too strong at the moment.
3. With me, guys.
Nothing down that western touchline. They'll come back to the centre. Nice little tap through. He's unmarked, but
Tag one, take
he's
it,
there to
Marcus.
pick it up. The earlier try scorer, Dylan Stenshome, has been good for the Storm, both in attack and defence, Bill.
Don't walk
Yeah, when
forward,
the Dolphins
three,
are
three.
trying something different, but it was still only on tag 3, so maybe, you know, use the ball a little bit more for another 2 tags and then try the little kick through.
Hold. Go.
But he's trying something different. Now, this is what I like. Storm have said, well, we're not going to play the game down here. We're going down the other end, and that's a great kick.
That's a great
and
kick.
a great chase.
And it's a complete turnaround, and there's a lovely tag also. And that was taken by Dylan Maggs, those tags. It was well done.
And what makes that kick so good, too, is you can just see the Dolphins now just getting back on side to get the ball.
2 now, all the
So
way.
they've just
Try.
spent a bit of energy getting back there. The Storm are up with a good chase, and they're right on. And now Dolphins trying to do exactly the same thing back.
Yeah, through
Mistake
Haliarkis,
through the time the ball comes in
the
contact.
try scorer earlier. And so it's a little tit for tat. I think this is about field position, and it's hard to score from the bottom end of the field.
Okay. Yeah.
And if they keep doing that too, Jeff, you can see how tired the Dolphins were when that kick was put through. If they keep doing that, they'll certainly fatigue, and it'll be
An offside mark.
the strongest, the fittest, who ends up getting home.
Now.
So right now, the Storm just in
With me,
front,
Dolphins.
but haven't had much possession or much momentum in this second half. 3 points to 2, and
2-0. With me.
that's 3-man tries. So
Tag
yet to
three,
see
tag
one of the females go over.
With me, guys. Hold.
Here they go down this western sideline. He goes through a dummy, shoots himself, but he can't find anything through there. And this Brooklyn Sabine, he's been good for him.
Nice run, bit of speed.
Yeah, if he can find a bit of space. Here comes the ball, but he's managed to keep himself out of the play. And quick settle there from Lauren Edwards. Sabine goes in the dummy half. He goes Stockholm again. Manages to chip it through. It's a little sitter. Jeez, that almost sat there.
There again, 1 metre too much.
Yeah, it was funny, he didn't chase that kick as if he knew he'd just put a little bit too much on it.
Yeah.
And neither did anyone else chase that kick. But had it have sat there, it could have been a different outcome. But not to be. Dolphins on the attack now as they work their way up to the halfway. Some quick play the balls. A little bit of rain mist coming in now. It's only light. Still about, it's a warm 21 degrees out there. It's not cold rain. It's sort of that warm tropical north coast rain. Here at CX Stadium, and a nice little kick through and a regather, and he's managed to get himself over the try line and score one for the Dolphins. We'll just wait and see. He goes to the touchy.
Okay, yep. Right, guys, going to have tag 3 on the ground right here. Just wait.
Wow. So it's saying tag 3 is on the ground, Bill.
Yeah, they're saying that because there was a play within tagging distance, and when you dive down, your knees were on the ground or your body was touching the ground, so therefore no try.
Right, so there was a defending player within distance of tag striking him. Okay, got ya. Tries to.
I think he only had
thread
1
the
tag
needle.
on anyway then.
Have a change over in the corner.
Tried to thread the needle there, but shut down by the
Just wait,
Storm.
wait.
So just to explain that a little bit more, Jeff, before they run this out.
Yeah, sure.
You can imagine a player, especially in these conditions, around 5 metres from the line, decides, well, I'm going to dive and slide. The only way to tag him when he's sliding on his belly is you've got to actually dive down to get the tags, because the tags are now virtually ground level.
Yeah.
And that's why we say that you shouldn't have to do that. So all you got to do is be within tagging distance. So if they had been standing, you could have tagged them and we pull it up.
No, it's below my shoulders.
So you could hear then Curtly Duncan saying he was happy with that kick below the shoulders. So the Dolphins young lady there put a foot out for it, but thankfully she didn't get hold of it, Tiana Mason, and it's gone over the sideline. So they've got a set of 6 now to make their way back down here. The Dolphins in this mixed opens division grand final. And it's the Southern Storm defending their premiership from last year. Currently in front at 3 points to 2. Dolphins now with another little kick through, which has been popular throughout the day, but too much on that one, Bill.
Yeah, that one was way too long. I've seen some nice little kicks with these little turning kicks where they've just put it in behind the defensive line and it actually curls and pops up. So it's a set play with the winger come flying in, scoops it up and goes over for the try. I think they tried that, but it was a little bit too much on that one.
So the Storm now edging their way up towards the halfway. They love working this western sideline.
We're still attacking. No, it's going to be up here, guys.
He's got him offside.
Offside. So that might be the fatigue starting to set in, Bill.
Yeah. He called them. They moved up too quick. Didn't get the Storm were no way going to get an advantage. So he's called it and he's got him again.
Yeah.
Same fella. Number 4.
Same lady.
Same lady.
Go now.
That's Raquel Wilson, who's been good for the Dolphins. So here are the Storm now. They've just had a piggyback of sets, and here they go in a great attacking position. Nice cutout ball there, but been diffused by the Dolphins over on that eastern side. So imagine they'll work their way back to the middle, see if they change direction again. It seems to be key, or they'll look for a kick. But they seem to be going that short side. The tag's off. You can see they've got a couple of their strike players out here, Bill. In Stenson, who's been good for him, and also the other try scorer, Samulia, who's about to get his hands on it. There he is now. So that's the 5th and last, and they got Stenson this way. Well, they're expecting to go that way, and they didn't. They've come back against the grain. What about that for a flick pass out the back? A little bit of razzle-dazzle. The Dolphins aren't falling for that one, Bill.
No, didn't fall for that. They tried something. But now the Dolphins find themselves again 5 metres off their own line with 60-odd metres to go. So how long until we get the kick?
Very hard to score from down there, especially on a boggy track.
They look like they're setting for it.
Yeah. So the Dolphins. Well, nice. They're up in defence, the Storm, real quick. But they managed to still got one up their sleeve. They were going to go early like you predicted. And there's a nice few metres up the hay diddle too.
With me, Storm.
So the Dolphins now bang from the halfway, and a good finish to this set. If they could have got the 50-10 would have been perfect, but that's still good field position. And the Storm will play it there, just outside the 10. On the eastern touchline. It's 3 points to 2. There's time on their side still for the Dolphins.
Yep, halfway through this second half. So still anything can happen very quickly, and when it does happen quickly.
2 down, number 4. Number 4, no, not yet, not yet. That's it.
You hear the referee there calling again. The number 4 from the Dolphins to get onside.
Yeah, Raquel Wilson. Is it fatigue or is it just, enthusiasm?
No, we've walked off the mark, going to be tag 4. Where you picked it up.
Oh, let's test the referee and see what I can get away with.
Well, that's the other thing.
Play on. No, hasn't moved. Play on. Play on.
So the Dolphins here, and Bill, looking forward to the Gold Coast Beach tag, November 25, 26. And some other great events coming up, the Junior State Championships in Queensland in February. So those that are watching the broadcast, just watch on the bottom of your screen now. New South Wales Junior State Champs as well coming up, 24. So you got plenty on, Bill, the next 12 months.
Well, plenty on.
There's a 50-10.
Yeah, 50-10. Good. That puts the Dolphins into it nicely. So the planning already well underway for those state cups coming up in February and March, as you would expect. But we'll be back here in sunny Coffs Harbour.
Well, when you've got, 100-something teams and over 2,000 players, 65 referees, it's a big event. Well, how many fields are you running up here?
So 148 teams up here at this one, and this one, Jeff, is our smallest. We'll just keep an eye in case they play something here. But this is our smallest tournament. But the one at the late February with the Junior State Cup from the 11s to 17s. Here we go.
Back against the grain on that eastern touchline.
That is our biggest one, and we'll have probably around about 270 teams up here with mums, dads, grandparents and everything. It just looks like organised mayhem.
I love the juniors. That's where it all starts. And we love the seniors too. Here we go. There's a nice, but the tag's off. Well read by the Storm here. So the Dolphins just ram raiding. And the Storm, they just seem to be holding them off. The Dolphins trailing by 1 here in this open mixed final. There's 7.5 minutes remaining. 3 points to 2 in favour of the Storm. Here go the Dolphins now on the attack. Dummy shows and goes. And it's bumped forward. There's the error. It's come off the chest.
And they're the little mistakes where you just see over on the sideline too. The coach's head went down thinking, oh, come on. You're in a nice position and that little, just a little mishap. Ball was a little bit too hard in the pass. But they're the things that if you make them stick, they go a long way to helping you win games.
It could be a different outcome, that's right. So the Storm there called for tag 3.
Runs fine, the penalties for holding the shorts coming through. Guys, it's going to be a Storm ball. It's for holding the shorts coming through. Yeah.
Okay, so he's obviously got a tip there from the touch.
100%, because I did see that you could see the Storm player appealing for that penalty.
Yeah.
But you know yourself as a ref, if you've got a defender in front of you, you can't always see exactly where the hand is. And then he's got the call from the touchy. So I think that was a good outcome. I think that's how I saw it.
Yep.
So here go the Storm now as they work their way to the middle. And the Dolphins, well, they've got just over 6 minutes remaining to get points here to level it up or get in front. But it's all the Storm right now with a bit of momentum here. So they've made some good meters downfield here after that penalty. They make their way to the middle. And almost a missed tag there.
Contact from the foot. Guys, got to be real careful there.
Contact to the foot.
Yeah, there's a few things now getting this game pulled up.
Well, it's just frustration and enthusiasm. You know, you get a bit frustrated, so you just try a bit harder and can make those little errors. Hit someone in the foot. Get a bit of contact. Drop a ball. Pass it to R. But here goes the Storm. They held it up. Tags off.
Hold that line, guys. Yep.
So they'll go back towards the eastern side. Nice to see them. They utilise the ladies here. This time they try and make their way to the centre. And just looking for that missed tag or that little error. So they can break a chink in the armour. And there's a cutout pass. And it's a nice one, but well tagged there by the Dolphins.
On the line, Dolphins.
And needed to be done too. Otherwise the number 7 there was in.
Just over 5 minutes remaining. So there's still time on this side, but geez. So that's knocked down, and that's a coach killer. That was towards the end of that set. So there's 6 again now. So, and you can see they've caught him napping on this left edge, Bill.
Now who's that number 7?
For
the Storm.
Dylan Maggs.
Dylan Maggs. He's got some skill,
7,
very
7.
quick. Yeah, the number 7. Got the pink hat backwards.
Yeah. Just outside.
Got the dummy half now. Yep. There he goes, trying again.
There you go. He hits the line fast, doesn't he? Hard to tag a moving target.
See, and now we're starting to get, you hear the referee start the 3-second count now because they'll start wasting time. They think, righto.
So there's a 3-second rule in the play the ball. You can't stall it. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's when the referee deems you are starting to stall things, whether you've run too far after you've been tagged or whatever. He'll start to put a 3-second count on you. And if you get to the 3 seconds, obviously it's a changeover. And that is to stop time wasting.
Right.
Also with a kick, if you really belt the kick in and down and it goes a mile past the try line and we think you've done that on purpose to waste time, again, can give you a penalty.
Right, yeah, towards the end of a game when you're in front and you just go, well, let's just wind the clock down.
Yeah.
So there's no winding the clock down here at CX Stadium, and there's a nice attempt at a 50-10, and it's almost got there, and it's just gone over the try line instead. So it's still...
And they'll know that there's only, just under 4 minutes, and so they'll say, let's start to slow it all down now. We're in front. Let's not lock it down, but let's slow it down.
Well, let's see if that comes into play here with the Storm in front at 3 points to 2. Because certainly the Dolphins won't be slowing it down, but they have got time on their side. They should get at least one more set of 6, you would imagine. So right now it's the Storm. They'll just play it safe, one out, make their way up towards the halfway. And defending their premiership from last year, I believe. Here they go, short side in the Western touch. Oh, nice little dummy inside. And it's just to pull the defender in. Come back through Stenson. He janks, rotates. He thought his tags were off, so he pulled up. So that's the 5th and last. Nice cutout ball, but it's gone behind the target. But geez, it looked good in full flight. And here they come back to the centre. Another big cutout. They've got an overlap here if they want to use it, but he's gone over himself.
Oh, this
Referee's gone to the touchy.
This is the tough call. And he's gone yes.
and he's awarded the try. And I thought they could have maybe gave it to the girl and just put it out of reach. But at 4-2 and 2.5 minutes remaining, you would think the Storm should go on with it from here. And we'll see that on the replay in a minute.
That would one, if you did have a video replay, that would be one you'd certainly throw up. And here we go now. So, question is, ball down, tag off, which was first? Which it doesn't matter anyway. He's awarded the try, but here we go.
Yeah, and the try goes to number 6.
If anything, simultaneous, and that would be a try.
Matt Kenning, and I would say off that pass of Brooklyn Sabine, his work around the ruck has been really good.
Play on. Tag 1. Let's go. Don't delay. I'm going to start my count. Hold.
So good defence there.
Hold. Go. 2-0.
So here we go now. Running out of time at 4 points to 2. The Dolphins, I don't know, they go for the intercept. Girl intercept, length of the field, a minute and a half. But, you know, it takes about 60 seconds to do a set. And here they go again. The Storm, if they put one in, you'd think it'd be right out of reach. At 4 points to 2. It's a big ask for the Dolphins to score from down there, especially when they're defending.
Well, you just take the tag here. You would not put any little grubber kicks, no little chips, nothing. You just take the tag, a metre off the line, just like that. And now this is probably the last chance for the Dolphins, and they've got to go 70 metres.
And you can see they started right bang on the try line there. So a minute remaining. It's been done before. You only need a few seconds across that try line. And here they are. They're going to throw it around the Dolphins. So they've gone to that eastern touchline. It's 4 points to 2. They'll need a female try to get the extra point there to level it up. And there's a bit of contact. So they'll take a quick tap, you would imagine, with 40 seconds remaining. They know it'd be tight, but they wouldn't know exactly how long. There's no clocks out there. So here they go. They go to the centre.
Tag 1.
Late pass after the tag was off. And the Dolphins, with their last roll of the dice here, can they pull something out of the bag? That's a play on simultaneous. There's a nice little tap through, and it's got weight on it, but it's just gone a little bit too far. 20 seconds remaining with a handover. Bill, be a tough ask. The kick just didn't sit up.
I think they would like that option again, because to put that grubber kick through, you're still looking for the female try, and you're probably thinking, well, that option's not available. There's the hooter in the background. Storm are elated.
And they're not even going to play the ball. Referee Duncan there, he's happy to blow the full-time whistle. And it looks like they've gone back-to-back. The Southern Storm in the mixed opens blue ribbon event here at CX Stadium. And thank you, Bill Harrigan, for your professional comments and input into that game. And the Dolphins, well, I'm sure they'll watch that replay and just work on a couple of those things that you mentioned earlier. They could have just made the difference in maybe levelling that game, or perhaps even winning it at 4 points to 2. A great game nonetheless.
Yeah, and it always hurts when you go all weekend, you get to this, it's once a year, you get to the grand final, and then you end up getting pipped at the end like that. It's tough, but that's sport, that's life.
So we'll go to the highlights here, Bill.
Nice try. This is the one that was just weighted beautifully. It pops up, he gets inside the Storm defender there and gets the ball down. And that was our number 17, Anthony Haliakis. Now the 15 from the Storm again with a nice little grubber kick for himself. Was late tag. And so a try was awarded.
Dion Simula.
And here's Dylan. Flashy socks. Kicks for himself. Regathers. Ball pops up nicely. Plenty of speed. And up for the celebration.
Shake your groove thing. Yeah, nice little celebratory there.
This one's a nice little turn inside pass. Again, nice dive, stretch out, gets it.
The Dolphins were getting momentum back then, but this try here,
this seals it.
Brooklyn Sabine, just with his eyes up, he could see it. Had to go to one side, he sent it to the left. Had to go to the other side, sends it to the right, and manages to put Matt Canning over.
And there's the elation at the end of the game with the siren going. So they've gone back to back. The Dolphins will sit back and think about it and say the one that got away. That's sport, that's life, and that's me out of here, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. And we're about to go down to the sideline with Michael Goliakov is down there with one of the winning players, Brooklyn Sabine from the Southern Storm.
Well, Brooklyn's have been the Storm victorious in the mixed ovens final. Plenty of celebrations. You're very happy with that.
Oh man, we went the whole tournament undefeated, and I've loved every minute of it. Can't wait to go party.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations that you'll enjoy with your teammates. And what's it like playing in the mixed competition? You've had plenty of experience in the men's. You've been playing the 20s as well.
Oh, it's been great. Like, it's helping me out a heaps. Learning from all the older boys. It's been really good for my game, and I can't wait to play with these boys even more, and girls. So yeah, loving it.
You have to change things up much in the way the mixed game's played?
Oh, a little bit. It's a heaps harder game like this. Open mix compared to my own age is a lot faster, a lot tougher. I'm gassed, man. Speechless.
Well done on a great performance by the Storm, and enjoy the celebration.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.